So, hey everybody, I'm back. I don't know if I'm in focus, so that's why I'm having like issues with setup. I broke my lighting that I had. Well, not that I broke it, whatever. I just damaged the light bulb, too lazy to get another one. And I know I probably look a lot different since the last time you saw me. I've got a couple days off work. Honestly, hold on, let me just take off my glasses so that I'm not, like, constantly looking in the viewfinder. But, wash my hair, clean my face. I'm getting a lot of, like, acne. I don't know why. I just tried, like, a new system, so maybe it's, like, purging out my skin. But, I just didn't feel like doing it. I want to be comfy. It's an Eeyore thing. I got it from Target, I think. But let's jump into the video. So, yeah, sorry that I've been away for so long. I was just kind of nervous about posting, into the void. But I just wanted to make, I know a little bit of time has passed, like it's not super into the new year, so I just wanted to make, like, well, for me, I'm trying to make, like, a quick little video on, I mostly ask for books every year, on books I got for Christmas, and my top book of the year, and my least favorite book of the year. I didn't read as much as I was planning to because for the majority of 2017 I was finishing my last semester at college, so like I was like super frustrated, so I just feel like those books I should go back and reread, and it like just wasn't like a really good year of reading for me. But I did have a couple really high notes. But to get in, let's start with Christmas books. Okay. I literally just sent my mom, like, my Amazon book wish list. Okay, so the first thing I got was, this one's from a Secret Santa I did with, I listened to a podcast called My Favorite Murder, and there's like a crossover group for My Favorite Murder and Harry Potter fans, so we did a Secret Santa, and I got a bookmark that I'll show you because I'm rereading my favorite book of the year, so it's in there, so I'll just show you. But I got that bookmark, and I got this book from my Secret Santa. It's called Such Good Boys. It's by Tina Durman. It's a murder book. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really wanted to read it. It's about how these two boys were constantly abused by their emotionally disturbed mother. They end up murdering her. I don't know. Haven't read it yet. I really want to. I've gotten a couple pages in, but I don't know. For the first time in my life, I'm like not in the mood for murder. I don't know. I think it's because I was spoiled by Black Mirror. Let me know if you watch it. It's my favorite show. But too much murder, so I was just like, this one can wait. And it's like, this will take me like an hour, so. So I like collecting things. I'm not a hoarder, I just like collecting. So I love collecting books about mythology. Maybe one day I'll do a collection on my books about mythology. But I just thought this one was funny. It's the Zeus Grants Stupid Wishes and No Bullshit Guide to Mythology. It was popular on Tumblr, like I saw it on Tumblr posts, like, so let me give an example of this. So like for like titles, I don't know, for chapter titles, it'll be like Cronus likes to eat babies, King Midas is Goldfinger. It's just supposed to be funny, but what I don't like about this is like the way it's written. Like I don't know if you can see it. It's just like written oddly. Like it's not like actual stories. It's like the very gist of things. But I just have this, I guess, to put on my shelf. I think it's funny. I'll probably go back and reread it. But I know like most of these mythologies honestly by heart. So like it doesn't matter. It was really cheap though. So my mom got me this book, which I've heard is really popular. I don't know what it's about. I'm sure one day I'll read it. Yeah, I just don't really like, books like these. Maybe I'll give an update on it, but honestly, you ever, like, get a gift from your parents and you're like, wow, like, do they even know me? Like, I don't read, like, I already don't give a shit. So I don't know, can this book teach me anything? You know, I'll read it for my mom, but like, you know, you dig? But still very grateful. My favorite is, oh my god, I love, you know, collecting like different editions of books. And this is like one of those hardcover soft covers, like they're flimsy, but look at this copy of Pride and Prejudice. Like, it's beautiful. I love this book. It's my favorite. I have like 8 copies of the movie, like all on DVD, like really like up on my movie shelf. I've got like 5 different copies. I love Pride and Prejudice, and it's so cheesy because like sometimes I'm like, I'm not a romantic person, but I would die for this book and this movie. I love this so fucking much. So good. So good. Next is, I got 2 graphic novels. My mom got me The Rebirth of Wonder Woman, which she got me the second one, so I still need to get the first one because I haven't started reading the Rebirth series. And I think Mom got me this on her own because she saw this. It's recommended for people who are like fans of Labyrinth, Inception, which both I like. POC main character, but this one's called Black Cloud, and I'm excited that she got this for me because without sounding shallow, a lot of times I pick up comics and graphic novels based on how they're drawn because I like how certain things look. So I normally wouldn't pick up this one, but I'll definitely read it. Probably a little bit like Rat Queens, you know, like I don't really like how it's drawn, but I'll probably like, this seems really good, so I'm excited. Okay, and the last one, this wasn't on my list, my mom just got me this. It's a graphic novel version of Beowulf, and I'm really excited. I really liked Beowulf. I read it a couple times, watched the movie, wasn't a big fan of the movie, but Beowulf is one of my favorite characters to complain about, so I love it. I'm really excited, and I love graphic novels, so can't wait to read it. And then I'm really excited for the final 2. I think every single year that I ask for something, I ask for like a different like edition of this book or this series because they keep coming out with new stuff because they know I will buy it. And it's the Harry Potter, hold on, my focus keep coming. The Harry Potter illustrated editions. I love these. These are beautiful. They are worth the money. Like, hold on. If this focuses. Like, these are just, they're stunning. I love them. They're going on my Harry Potter shelf for the rest of my life. I got the first one and the third one because, is this focusing? I got the first one and the third one because the second one my mom said was out of stock, but these are just, they're beautiful. They're honestly, like, they're not that expensive on Amazon, so if you ever have spare money and you're like a collector, I would recommend these. But me and my best friend Grace were doing a reread of the Harry Potter series this year. Because honestly, like, I reread them all the time, but I've never like unpacked the series, so I'm excited to do that with Grace. So that's all the books I got for this year. I'll be doing like, I have like a bunch of other new books, but that will be for a separate haul. Sorry I'm like very low energy today. I just woke up and like, it's just like, you know, just one of those days when you're just out of it. I'm just super out of it today. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I get back in bed, if I want to read or what. I'm going to see The Shape of Water later, so I'm super stoked. Let me know if you've seen it. But I don't know, man. Like, but, also let's start off with my worst book of the year. So, this book is by Olivia Rivers, and it is called Tone Deaf. So, I want you to understand that I work, in a plaza. So, the place I work at is right next to a Barnes & Noble. Honestly, bad for me because I will buy things. So sometimes I take the bus. I rely on public transport, so I take the bus to work. Sometimes I prefer to be early than late because being late just aggravates, you know, my anxiety. So I'll just duck into Barnes & Noble. That's fine. They've got Wi-Fi. So my problem is if I start reading a book at Barnes & Noble, no matter how bad it is, I have to buy it. Like, I can't, like, I'll come home from work and I'll sit in bed and think about like the book that I started reading. So I read the back of this book, It's like a teen romance. And I was like, this sounds like a fanfic. I was like, maybe I'll like it. There's tons of good fan fiction out there, like phenomenal fan fiction. So I'll just read the back. Allie was a child prodigy destined to become one of the greatest musicians of the 21st century until she was diagnosed with a life-changing brain tumor. Now at 17, Allie lives in a soundless world where she gets by with ASL. She's a constant disappointment to her father, a retired cop fighting his own demons, and her bruises are getting harder to hide. I know. You already know. When Allie accidentally wins a backstage tour with a chart-topping band, Tone Deaf, she's swept back in the world of music. Jace Beckett, the 19-year-old lead singer of the band, has a reputation. He's a jerk and a player, and she wants nothing to do with him. But there's more to Jace than the tabloids let on. When Jace notices Allie's bruises and offers her to help her escape to New York, she can't get a chance at freedom or a fresh start. Okay, so I read this, I inhaled this. I think I read this in like a fucking hour. If that. This book, it was just bad. Like, I don't know if you guys read fan fiction, but this was like, if you guys have heard of the site Wattpad, but this was like this. Like, not saying that all Wattpad fan fiction is bad, but it's just like that kind of predictable, no development, no real plot points, just like 90 of the world's worst tropes in one book. Okay, so first of all, I was like, okay. I was like, where this is going. I was just like, okay. But then, like, when we get to the part where Jace helps Allie to escape, there's like, I think this whole book takes place in, like, I'm not even kidding you, like a week. Like, there's no character development. Like, they barely delve into Allie's background with music. It's just predictable. The tropes are there. Everything's resolved too quickly. Honestly, there's not even really a conflict. They don't even delve into, like, the abuse thing is very shallow and superficial. I honestly, like, just why? And you know what the bad thing is? I didn't even, like, realize how bad it was. And then, like, I start thinking about it, and I'm like, $10 for what? I just... It could have been good. Smart, sexy, fast-paced. It wasn't sexy. I didn't even like the guy. Like, I didn't even like the guy. And sometimes, like, it doesn't even matter how problematic. I'll just still be, like, some dumb receptor in my brain will be like, oh, this man's hot. But no, I didn't even like him. I mean, there was a gay person of color in this book, so I was like, hell yeah. But, like, oh. Why? And it just had characters who were able, like, they had, like, certain skills or talents, and they never went into detail and never explained them. They just, like, popped up there. There was a lot of, like, why? Like, why? Like, why? I just, fucking the worst book ever. Not ever, because I have read Stephanie Meyer, but, jeez. And now, I'm so excited. Best book, and I think... Okay, so I found this book based on Swibbles Reads. I love her. She is my favorite YouTuber at the moment. I, like, love every video. Oh my god, this book is so good. And also, this is where my bookmark is in. Hell yeah. Look at how beautiful. I also am obsessed with this cover art. This is paperback, but I also love the cover for the hardcover, so I will be buying another copy. And this is by Carmen Maria Machado, and it's called Her Body and Other Parties. And essentially, this book is like a short anthology, so it's got a few pieces of, few short stories in them. So basically, in this book, I'll read off the back. Carmen Maria Machado blithely demolishes the borders between psychological realism and science fiction, comedy and horror, fantasy and fabulism. She bends genres to shape startling stories that map the realities of women's lives and the violence. Okay, so my memory card just became full, so I had to go import it, and I'm back. I feel like this always happens to me. While it was importing, I just caved in, bought a huge memory card, not gonna lie. Okay, so sorry if, I don't have my glasses on, so sorry if I'm in the wrong angle, but I'm just finishing up to continue talking about, where did I put it? Okay. Her Body and Other Parties. This was so good. It was so good. It honestly, I always think something's good, like, I feel like this a lot with Black Mirror. Sometimes I feel like I'm like with episodes or books, I feel like if I continue thinking about them, like if it makes me think, if I'm thinking about the plot or the ending or the questions it raised later, then I think that just solidifies how good it was. Not like the whole why thing from like that other book I hated, but like this one. Okay, so it started off with a retelling of one of my favorite like kid horror stories about like, you know, the girl with the ribbon, hence cover. Loved it. These short stories raised so many questions to me on men, the psychological, emotional, and physical violence that's placed upon women, male entitlement to our bodies, subtle sexism and misogynistic, the trauma women might encounter in their lifetimes. And they also have a novella called Especially Heinous, which is like a Law and Order procedural short story, which I love Law and Order. I love SVU. It's like my life. This book, I honestly blew my fucking mind. I cannot believe this is her debut. This is so good. She's such a talented writer. There's honestly not much I can say that if this sounds like a genre you'd be interested in, I really recommend it. It really made me think. It touched on so many like good topics or thought-provoking topics, and like sometimes I feel like I read like a story and I'd be like, oh, I don't really see the big deal, but it just made me think, just like such subtle things she wrote. I'll give one of my favorite examples. I think it's like one of the first pages. Yes, so it's one of the first pages, and she goes, if you read this story out loud, please use the following voices. Me, as a child, high-pitched, forgettable. As a woman, the same. My father, kind, booming, like your father, or the man you wish you was your father. My son, as a small child, gentle, sounding with the faintest of lisps. As a man, like my husband. All other women, interchangeable with my own. So just reading that, honestly, this blew my mind. Thank you, Joss, from Scribbles Read, because honestly, it changed my life. And I really hope it was her. I'm just going to feel really dumb, like, if it wasn't her who recommended it, but pretty sure it was. But so good. I love this. I've been recommending it to everybody. Also, this is my little bookmark. But thank you for getting through another horrible video by me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody who left a comment or watched it. I'm always looking to make booktube friends, so let me know. But I'm going to be posting a haul soon. I honestly buy a lot of books that I then don't read. I don't know what's wrong with me, whatever, but please go pick this up. Go pick it up. Go pick it up. But thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, and I hope you got all the books that you wanted at Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. Bye! Ooh, how do I turn this off?